And if the rates start getting too high where the labor costs too much, they're going to find a way around the labor. And I feel like in the film industry, they have done that because they have a lot of AI that they use now that is making effects amazing, makeup. They can put makeup filters on. I mean, the filters that are on Instagram and TikTok are amazing. So I imagine what the film industry must have. And they really have figured out ways to, not have humans. And I feel like the rest of the industries are going to figure it out too. And you're going to see in this video how, like in Japan and China and places like that, they have fully robotic experiences in restaurants, and a lot of businesses and hotels run without any humans. It's crazy. Y'all better figure out what you want to do because it's about to get crazy out here. Everybody's going to need to find a new career, or everybody's going to be on social services. I don't know how this is going to work out. And I kind of feel like it's by design, because I really do feel like they do want to, have less people in the workforce, more people on social services so they can control the population and stuff like that. As long as people are independent with their finances, you can't control them. So if you can control them and put them on what they call it, universal income and stuff like that, you can control them. So listen to what our friend John Williams has to say. I think it's a wrap for everybody. A wrap.
Again, by 2028, both hotel and airport workers will be earning $30 per hour.
Today, LA City Council passed a proposal to increase the minimum wage for hotel and airport workers. The main goal of the proposal is for the minimum wage to reach $30 an hour by 2028.
Well, the LA City Council approved a pay raise for hotel and airport workers, but business owners say the impact could be a disaster.
This is the highest minimum wage of its kind throughout the entire country. Supporters call this a victory for the working class.
I think a lot of our members have been excited for this day.
I don't really see how this is going to be a victory for the working class, because what's going to happen is they're not going to pay. They're going to figure out a way. They already figured out a way to, get lower wages by hiring illegals. Okay. So that's not going to work now. Now they want to raise, after hiring illegals to keep the rates low. Now they're going to, raise the rates to $30 an hour. These companies are never paying that. Before they pay that and all the benefits and pensions and welfare, they'll get robots to do your job. I'm telling you, this technology is moving so fast. Y'all can forget it. Nobody's going to have a job.
I've been waiting for a really long time.
It's like a weight lifted off. We've been fighting this fight for 2 years.
In the comments, Walter says, good evening, lovely lady. They are also moving into the blue collar field. Yeah, and let me tell you something. I agree with that. I just feel like most factories are going to operate on AI and stuff so much. And it might be a small handful of workers and stuff like that. But I do feel like it is going to go back to people working in factories, working with their hands and stuff like that. And all these people that have all these degrees, they're really useless. I work in Manhattan all the time in the film industry. And we use a lot of these skyscrapers to shoot movies and use for holding to do movies and stuff. And the whole buildings are empty. There's no workers. There's no workers in offices. It's it's weird. It's very sci-fi type of situation. In the city, it's unbelievable when you go into these skyscrapers and the whole building is empty. It's what are they going to do with all these spaces? I mean, and more people are getting laid off every day. And unless you're some type of AI creator, I don't even really know what jobs are even going to exist in the future. Someone said that it might be, what was the one the city said? People that can stop hackers and stuff like that. There's a name for that profession. But, it's very scary.
Years.
But behind the scenes, something big is shifting. Investors are pulling out and robots are checking in. And the future of work may not include people at all.
David Townsend, the general manager of the Hyatt Place Hyatt House at LAX, says the hotel is losing $4 million a year.
Just to stay in business, the owners are paying $4 million a year just to stay in business.
Starting in 2025, LA airport and hotel workers will see their first wage increase from around $20 per hour to $30 per hour in 2028, an increase of $2.
So they're gonna raise this over the next 3 years. By the end of the 3 years, it's not gonna be no jobs, because in 3 years' time, this technology advanced so fast, and it's already being used in other countries in Asia and stuff like that. They're just gonna use that money to get these robotics and AI and stuff like that, and it's gonna be a wrap. Nobody's gonna have a job. This is crazy. Walter says Amazon has a huge size factory in California, bigger than a football field. Nothing but robotics. A few humans are working there. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. No one's going to have a job. I'm like, what is everybody going to do for a living? What are you going to do?
$8.30 per year. And by 2026, employers must contribute $8.35 per hour for healthcare. That's
Listen, do you think these employers are going to pay your ass $30 an hour for a low entry-level job, give you benefits, and pay all this money into you when they could use that same money and maybe a little bit more for the year to buy that robot one time and never have to have a problem again for decades? I mean, it's so scary. Like, what are people going to do for a living? It's like Elon Musk said years ago, people are going to be on universal income and they'll be a slave to their government and they'll do whatever the government tells you, or you'll work for your universal income, some peon job for the government for a few $100s a week. It's crazy. I've read a lot of sci-fi books, and this is not going to end well. It's going to be like Hunger Games. I'm telling you, nobody's going to work. This is crazy.
$62,400 per year in base wages for the average employee, plus over $17,000 a year in healthcare costs, without including taxes, insurance.
These employers are not going to pay that. What are we going to do? New careers for everybody. What are you guys going to do? All of these people that thought they were the shit because they had these degrees, it means nothing. Look how many people are out of work with these degrees. There's no jobs. AI can do everything that you did better and in 4 seconds.
Any benefits. This law affects hotels with more than 60 rooms.
The new minimum wage will apply to hotels with more than 60 rooms.
This includes housekeepers, bellhops, and airport staff, some of the city's lowest paid service jobs. Supporters say it's a win for working class families who've been...
These people are stupid if they think this is going to last. This is not going to work. They're not going to pay this much money for low entry level. They're not going to do it. They're going to figure out a way to get rid of most of these jobs.
Priced out of the city.
Well, I feel like if we want people to work in the hotels and work at the airport, we need to pay them a wage so they can afford to live in this.
How dumb is this going to be? Because guess what? The companies are not going to pay it. They're going to raise the prices for us. Or they're going to get rid of those jobs. You watch.
It's a way to bridge the gap
Crazy.
between wages and the high cost of living in Los Angeles. But here's the kicker. This is all happening just before the LA Olympics in 2028. This will be one of the biggest tourism events in the world. Within weeks of the vote, at least one Hilton hotel near Universal Studios canceled a $250 million expansion plan.
So do y'all understand what's happening? Because they know by the time the Olympics comes, the wages are going to be too high for the workers. They're deciding not to participate in the Olympics and not to expand and not to put hotels and make room for it. And a lot of these hotels decided to do other ventures. It's crazy.
Out of Olympic hotel deals and said they are going to invest in other states instead. The Hilton near Universal Studios is just the start. Other hotel developers are...
California is getting ready to be a ghost town, I'm telling you, because nobody is going to want to have any businesses there if it's going to cost so much for low entry level people to work there. Just anybody low entry level, no special skills, just to ring in things and stuff like that. They're going to get robots for that. I'm telling you, we're not going to see humans at all in California. I don't know. It's crazy.
They're already pausing projects, citing rising labor costs and regulatory risk as deal breakers. When labor gets expensive, businesses automate. Hotels in Asia already use robotic concierge, self-cleaning rooms, and zero human check-in kiosk. That's no longer futuristic. It's here. In New
It's
York
here.
City's Yotel, they already use a robotic luggage handler and barely have any front desk staff at all. In Japan, the Haneda Hotel already uses almost 0 employees, fully autonomous.
Welcome.
Child.
Welcome to the Haneda Hotel.
Some companies aren't fighting. They're just leaving quietly. Orlando, Dallas, and Vegas are benefiting over the hospitality dollars that are leaving Los Angeles. This isn't just about hotels. Airline ground crews, restaurant staff, and theme parks are watching what happens next in LA. If wages jump, other unions will demand the same.
And there you go. California going to start where everybody's going to not have a job because they're going to, you know, like they said, if California gets that money, then all the unions are going to fight for it across the country, which means every state is going to start figuring out ways to eliminate these damn jobs so that they don't have to pay out all these coins. I don't know. This world is changing. You know, it's the end of an era. You know, we're just in the robotic AI age. It's just, I don't know, humans are useless. It's just like the World Economic Forum had predicted that humans will be useless and they need to purge the population of a lot of them because they're just going to be useless. I don't know. This is crazy.